All right, welcome to the quarantine edition of the Regulars podcast, the podcast for your bartenders, your barflies, your regular old drunks, your cocktail sipping socialites, and pretty much anybody else who gives a shit about bar culture in New York City. Follow us on social media at regulars_pod. Email us at regularspod@gmail.com if you want to talk drinks, you want to talk bar culture, you want to talk business.
If you want to give Jimmy your number,
If you want to get the virus.
Yeah. If you want to get the virus.
Yeah.
You're infected?
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, you
got to get those antibodies, baby.
Yeah. If you want to get an antibodies test and a shot of whiskey, then call James Cogan at 212-202-2022.
I don't know whose number you gave.
I don't know either. Is that a problem?
No, not if it's some like pretty ladies chasing them, or guys. I don't know. Whatever James is. It's desperate times.
Yeah. Hard times. Everybody's stuck in their apartment. This
is the moment before James and I start in OnlyFans, to start freaking beating it while people are sending us 50-cent Venmo.
This is the official beta test run right now.
This is where the butt fucking begins.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it. So obviously that's James Cogan. Jimmy Donahue.
Yep. So for some reason, it's got my last name spelled wrong on the Zoom here.
It's better off for somebody tries to defame, like attack you.
Yeah. I guess.
You're like, that's not me.
Yeah.
You probably created this when you were drunk.
I probably did.
Yeah.
I mean, just because the bars have closed does not mean my drinking has stopped.
Oh no.
It's gotten.
If anything, it's
gotten pretty ugly.
I drank so much since this whole thing happened.
Yeah, and I drink by myself like a lot. So
yeah, but when we're on like these video chats like this or house party, it's all just like you just feel like you're like with people. I don't know, like.
Oh yeah, totally.
Well, it makes me not feel like a lonely piece of shit that's just drinking in his apartment by himself all the time.
Is that how I'm supposed to feel?
That's how I feel because I'm drinking because I'm unemployed. So I have nothing to do all day, every day.
That's right. We've all had some life-changing events following.
What happened, guys? I mean.
Yeah, this is
weird.
What's
so
wrong?
Weird.
I remember talking about how there was like no way they were going to close bars. I'm like, there's no fucking way. No way. Like bars would drive this city, and then I was so wrong.
Yeah. I'd like to apologize for the jokes that we made on our social media page about James having the coronavirus and that we were sorry that he didn't die.
I know there was actually
still
like
sorry that he's not dead, but
there was a list of people.
People to take this tragedy out of context. It's serious.
Yeah, there was a list of people that wanted to take his spot. So like I want to apologize to those people because I thought that he's not like a strong person. So I just assumed that coronavirus would break his will like a bad horse,
Yeah, just beat him like a puppy.
Yeah, just kill like somebody kicking a dog to death. I thought he was on his way out, and unfortunately for him and for us, he survived.
Yeah, I would just like to say that I think that James should be unemployed for as long as possible. I think he's a menace to society, and he's better off having to stay inside his own apartment.
I will stay unemployed forever if they keep that $600 bonus that keeps happening every week.
So that's
because the unemployment checks Yeah, dude, that actually the
There's a lot of
unemployment
people
isn't
out there
too bad.
making there's like a lot of people out there making more money on unemployment than they were actually making like
Yeah,
working. And
Yeah.
people who work at like big companies too. I mean, it's bizarre.
I know you wouldn't know that, Jimmy, because you're still employed and gainfully so.
I'm gainfully employed still.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so
I
just to
have
put
to
in
ride my
context,
bike to work to not get the coronavirus.
James and
I'm an
I
essential service.
were let go basically the same night because originally New York was going to close on St. Patty's Day at like 8 a.m. or something, 9 a.m. They said they were going to close Tuesday.
Yeah, they're gonna give everybody one more day, I think.
And then all of a sudden, like let's just start from, we were working Sunday night, and that's when I got a tweet from that fucking clown de Blasio saying that he's shutting down bars to begin with. And then everybody in the bar was like, it's mixed emotions. People were like, oh, it's not that big a deal. And, they're just like putting their arms around people. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, it's a pretty big deal if they're going to be closing. They're like, yeah, you don't have a job anymore. No, nobody who works. I mean, how many people work in the restaurant industry in New York? I mean,
A lot.
A
More
fucking
than
lot, yeah.
Probably 250,000 at least.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So we were all jacked up.
I have no idea. That's probably
Yeah.
pull that shit up, Jamie. I mean,
So
It's a ridiculous number.
James and I were like totally like, oh fuck. But then like we had all these people telling us like, because both James and I work Mondays too. So we found out Sunday. So we were like, all right, like, we have one more day. And everyone was like, dude, totally going to be there tomorrow. We're going to tip the shit out of you. We love you. Like, don't worry. Like, we'll get through this. And then James got out of work a little before I did. He came over to my bar. We just sat and kind of drank for a bit. And then we were like, oh, we have tomorrow. And then I woke up the next day with a phone call from my boss telling me this to not bother coming in because they switched the days to Monday at like 8 p.m. or something. They're like, there's no point in you being here for 4 hours. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. So like that was kind of anticlimactic.
you're like, oh yeah, I guess I don't need this last 4 hours pay.
Yeah. I would have been like, I would have worked 2 hours. That's fine.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
You're like, shit, I'll keep the bar open till the cops come. I don't
Yeah. I'll just run a sick happy hour. Stay as long as we can until the cop kicks in the door. Half price drinks. Just tip me.
What's a glass door? So there's no kicking indoors. That would be just completely inappropriate if there's somebody to that.
Word of advice: if you ever hate Brian, throw rocks at his glass door at his bar.
Yeah.
So we've been out of work for like
a month.
Yeah,
at least a month. Yeah, probably a little bit over.
It was 15th or 16th was the last day.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I think it's 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah, unemployment is weird. Normally it's funny. Like I talked about it with some friends. Normally, when you get unemployed in a bar, probably because you get fired or the bar closes down or something like that, and you hold back a little bit, and then you go hit up Craigslist and just shop around for jobs. You're maybe out of a job for like a week and a half, 2 weeks max, and that's if you're hitting in like the middle of busy season. But you can't do that because they just shut down the industry. So it's weird because you went from, I don't know, you just have nothing to do. Like you can't just go find another job. There is no other job.
Right. Yeah, and Cuomo was like, just like the other day, he went off on a reporter or something. He was like, "Why don't you go work as an essential worker or whatever?" And I'm like, I don't like, my expertise are like pouring drinks and talking. Like, there's no other thing.
Talking shit and pouring
So it's like, does that, am I eligible to be a nurse? Like, you want me to clean up after nurses or like bag groceries? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you want me to do?
I could just see
do you want me to go to a hospital and get these people drunk? I mean, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could see Brian being the worst janitor in a hospital, like at Mount Sinai or something, just fucking yelling at all the patients, like, you really think you have it bad? You have it bad?
Yeah.
I'm a fucking janitor. I was a bartender. I was the king. Now I'm
Yeah.
sweeping up your shit because you can't
Yeah.
fucking die fast enough.
Yeah, it just smells like death. Like you think you're fucking having a problem. You're just here with the fucking sniffles. How about Mr. Feinstein down the way, and he's got ass cancer. I have to go fucking clean his bedpan out every 30 minutes. There's just fucking like goopy blood coming out of there. Fuck you.
Jesus.
Yeah,
You would
I'm
be
really,
an angry janitor for sure.
I'm
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really passionate. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So just like that. So doctors shit on nurses, and then nurses shit on the janitors. So it's like that's pretty much like that'd be my, you know.
So
they
you just
like,
get covered in shit all the time.
yeah, you're just constantly. No wonder that janitor from Scrubs was always so fucking angry.
You know, I was gonna bring that up, but then I couldn't remember if he was actually angry or not.
Oh, he was angry.
No, he was like
pretty
a sarcastic asshole to everybody in the building. Like,
Yeah,
you just
that
tear
would be
people apart.
Brian.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right up my
Brian.
alley. Yeah, or just being or just
100%.
bagging groceries at a store. I'd be like, come on, dude, you really fucking you need to lose some. You need to lower your caloric intake, pal. All right, or you should be more worried about your fucking your how much you weigh, not some fucking coronavirus. You know, that's
Brian's like somebody's just buying like 15 like lean cuisines, and Brian's just like, you know that these things make you fatter, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
To be
these
honest,
things
there's
aren't
probably
lean
some
at
like
all. Nothing that you cook in a microwave in a piece of plastic is going to help you lose weight.
Yeah, should be like, why don't you? Yeah.
Go back
Just
to the
lick my
vegetable
hand.
section, fatty.
Maybe I had coronavirus. I'd be like, why don't you just let me spit in your mouth, and then that'll at least like make you lose some weight. You know, be on a ventilator apparently is great for weight loss.
Yeah. Ventilators and IVs, fastest way to lose weight.
Yeah. You're not eating.
For sure.
Yeah, and that's something else that I love. How everybody, even James and I had this conversation a ton of times. Jimmy too. Like everyone in the city just assumes that they had it. And like, oh, I had it. Oh yeah, I had like a scratch in my throat. You know, and it was definitely the coronavirus. Like everybody thinks that they fucking have had the coronavirus, and they're all like, I have a buddy who's going to get an antibody test on Tuesday or something because he thinks he had it. And maybe he did, but like,
You got some wealthy friends there, Brian.
if I didn't have it, then like, I don't know who the fuck could have had it, because I feel like James definitely had it. Jimmy, you had somebody die in your building, who they think might have had it.
Yeah. Somebody in my building died from it, and then 2 people from my company got it. And
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like since this has been around since they say December or November, you know, there's a high probability of, you know, people having it. You know,
well, they said what was it? 1 in 5 New Yorkers are expected to test positive with antibodies,
probably,
or already have, or something like that. Because they said today that they.
What about non-New Yorkers like Jimmy and I?
I think when they meant New Yorkers, because they're actually, I think, equating it, because they're doing everything as like a tri-state. Yeah. So like that's what makes like everything really annoying. But like everything has to be monitored between Jersey and Connecticut and New York all together. So and I think they're taking all the commuters or whatever. But yeah, I mean,
all
everybody's
the people who are not taking the trains and everything right now. It's like,
hey, they fixed the L train. They fixed the L train today, apparently. That's what they announced.
Good for them.
Yeah. Wow.
That's like that's actually a like momentous occasion.
Yeah, because that before the coronavirus, that was the worst thing that had ever happened to New York since like like everybody was losing their minds. They were fucking going crazy. Like the L train was shutting down.
Coronavirus, 9/11.
I moved out of New York the first time because of the L train.
Yeah, tons of people were.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck the
I left Brooklyn because of that. But yeah, they said they completed it today. It's done.
Excellent.
The whole thing.
It's amazing.
Fucking wild.
Amazing what you can do when you can shut down the city for a little while.
Or you don't care about like people who like work for the city. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's really interesting seeing how people are taking, like, some people think that if you just go outside, you are going to get it and you're going to die. And then there are people, I think, like me, who are like, the probability of any of us here getting it and dying, unfortunately, James is, would probably survive this.
He
Like,
beat the odds.
yeah,
He
the
beat the
vast
odds.
majority of people who get this are going to survive it. And it's really stupid. And I don't like it, because if James can survive a pandemic, then I don't know if there is a God. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people are gonna legit have PTSD when this is all over. I mean, people are not gonna be comfortable around.
No,
People.
I think that's what's going to hurt bar industry if we do have the fortunate ability to go back to work. Is like bars, unless your bar caters to a bunch of kids that don't give a fuck. But like people are going to be really like spaciously conscious when they go out. You go to a fine dining restaurants, and people are going to want to be, at least for a while, they're going to want to be like separate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if somebody like coughs, they're going to like lose their minds.
I mean,
Right.
so like before this was all getting started, I just moved into the new neighborhood. I was gonna be establishing myself as a regular at these swanky new joints. And now it's like I'm gonna be trying to, like, if you are going out and trying to like pick up chicks or something, then you're gonna be like they're not gonna be asking you like, oh, like, do you have like STDs or anything like that? They're gonna be like, do you have antibodies? Like like
I have bodies.
That's a requirement now.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to pick up a chick in a bar unless they know you.
Yeah, I have bodies
afraid.
in the trunk of my car, but I don't have antibodies.
Yeah. You are antibodies. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pro body. That's what I am. I have pro
Pro
bodies. That's what I am.
Anti-life,
Yeah.
pro body.
Yeah, pro body. That's what they say. That's what I say. No, but there are a lot of people I know that are going on they're going on apps like this and doing like Zoom dates and stuff, which is basically like you're basically a glorified cam girl, because it's not like you can really hang out, you're just people just flicking their beans in front of each other and talking about bullshit. It's really fucking awful. Like I've been going on house party with a bunch of my regulars, and it's like that's like the one part of my life that hasn't really changed, is that like I still see the same like I love them to death, but they're just fucked up and drunk. Like there'll be people that'll be on it, and then they'll just like have the camera facing the ceiling, and they'll be just like occasionally be like, yeah, that's what happens. And it's just like, we're not even talking
Yeah.
So it's like they're in the bar, they fall over, like they're at home, the camera falls over. I mean,
yeah, it's hilarious.
Such is life.
Yeah, and everyone's just like afraid to, like, there are a couple of my regulars that they still like hang out together. They'll go to like the same bar. Some of the bars are doing takeout and like to go liquor and drinks, and so they'll go to those bars and like pick up to go drinks and just go on a walk. And they're like, oh man, I can't wait till this is over. We could all go back. I'm like, no, dude, fuck you. Like you're still going to bars. You're still getting to go drinks. You're still going on Tinder and going over to people's houses. Like these people are still hanging out and mingling with each other, and they're like, talk about how everything sucks right now. I'm like, no, I haven't seen. I would just kill for just to like hang out with a friend right now. Like I'm just spiraling, and I have a deck. Like it's like this was the original like
podcast studio.
So like I can go out on my deck and just hang out when it's nice, but it's just raining like for weeks, and it's just impossible to hang out. What were you asking?
Why isn't your bar doing to-go drinks?
I just think it's because it's just not worth the expense of like paying the staffers and stuff. I guess I don't know. Like I think it would be we'd have like a big push for like the first like week and a half, and then like people would just stop coming, you know.
I've noticed that most of the places that offer like the cocktails to go kind of thing, it's usually because they're selling a ton of food to go.
Yeah, they sell food. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And I also, when I was in Manhattan is dead. I mean, there's nobody. Or at least
Dude, I
like
was
near,
out walking around yesterday, and it was like there was no virus. Like I was fucking cruising around on the bike and just like chilling, and there was mad people out. Like that place,
Maybe-
Mel Burgers on the Upper East Side, that they had like 15 people hanging out front, waiting for burgers, having cocktails.
I was over in Midtown East, and that's where you know, most me and Brian work, and that area is completely dead. I know Central Park was busy, and maybe some of the more like close-knit neighborhood areas, like where I live in Queens. I mean, there's tons of people out everywhere you go. Parks are full, streets are full, people driving around in cars because I guess it's a borough, so it's easier. But and a lot of the restaurants, they all have like 10 people waiting for food out to go out of a window or something. So, but like Midtown East was completely empty.
Financial District is a ghost town. Ghost
I
town.
can see that.
Just the way I like it. Fuck those finance losers.
Hey, watch your fucking mouth.
Murray Hill, fucking queer, you know.
Come over there and fucking.
You'd be doing me a favor. You know, I could use. I got plenty of space in my closets.
Yeah, I know.
For another fucking finance bro body.
Hang me up like a suit.
Yeah. Hang you up like a killed mule deer. You know, by your ankles.
Yeah,
I mean,
skin me.
Yeah.
All right, this is getting weird.
Yeah. I was gonna say, in a dark corner.
Yeah, you can tell we haven't podcasted in a little while, guys.
Have you guys had any? Have you guys had any people? Have you guys had any people like freak out at you for getting too close to them on the sidewalk? Because that happened to me a couple weeks ago. Like I had a mask. I went to a liquor store because the only thing I do now is like work out and like get fucking hammered. So it just kind of counteracts the workout. But like I was walking by this couple, I couldn't see their faces. I didn't know how they were, but I had a mask on, and like I was walking down the sidewalk, and then like the guy was like, oh, like fuck, like I didn't even turn around, but I just hear him like kind of cussing me out, and I almost like turn around and like spit in his face just because that's no way to talk in front of a lady. He was walking with his wife, and he just should not be using swear words like that, you know. And they looked like they were in like a long time relationship, so she was probably fed up with him anyway. So, yeah.
My sister said she was. Yeah, my sister said she went for a jog the other day, and she had like her mask, like it was like down around her neck, and like she had like just like was getting going, and some lady on the sidewalk just started losing her goddamn mind. I'm just like, see, this is why I think people are going to have PTSD after this. It's just like people.
Yeah, you have all these.
Everyone's Karens. Trying to kill each other.
You have all these Karens who can't complain about the food in bars anymore. So they're literally just barking at everybody around them. They can't. It's like it's crawling out of them, like out of their fucking stupid whatever the fuck they wear with their like little short haircuts. They have this haircut mostly. And they just need to just be mad at somebody about something, you know. They can't go on Yelp and complain and try to ruin somebody's fucking life, so they have to attack people. And it's just, I totally get it. By the way, none of us made a comment about how like beautiful the scenery is behind James. Like he looks like he's like at base camp, and he's like,
yeah,
he's getting ready.
He's got his Patagonia on, and he's just.
I do have
is that a Patagonia shirt?
Yeah.
He's ready to go fucking hiking right now, dude.
Yeah, let's do it, dude. I took the private jet as soon as New York City hit the shit, and went to my cabin at the top of the
looks like
Alps or whatever these are, or Aspen. Yeah,
wherever these are.
I don't know. I just bought the house. I didn't care where it was. You said mountains, good view.
Get away and quarantine.
Yeah.
Little
I
place
just
called
need to get away.
Aspen.
Aspen.
Yeah, those look like bigger mountains than Aspen. I've never been to Aspen, but those don't look like American mountains.
Yeah, I was going for a Dumb and
Yeah, I
Dumber
don't know.
reference there, but I think James is too young.
Yeah, he is too young. It was before his time.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah, his
No,
parents
you
were
don't.
his parents were still together when Dumb and Dumber came out.
They were like Harry and Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love you. Yeah.
Oh man.
I wonder how much more time we
Anyways.
have on this thing because
I don't know. You should
no
check.
idea. It's not telling me anymore.
Oh
What?
no.
It's just
The
gonna cut
camera's
us
not
off.
working. I think so.
Well, yeah, this is fantastic. I hate all the, we were talking about this before, all the people who were like making like quarantini cocktails. We were talking about how like
Oh God.
I've been getting people reaching out to me who like want like help on like how they're like, you know, like they want like to have their own like home bar kits and stuff, which is fine. Like I don't mind, like, you know, like whatever, like they're all cool, mostly cool people. But then when people try to go like make a quarantini with their like fucking like vitamin C shit, like emergency packets and vodka, I'm like, you don't, yeah, there's no reason for any of that. Just chill some vodka and get fucked up like Jimmy does, rather.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally have
Tequila, ice, nice.
I literally have 3 drinks right now. Like I'm just
Or
there's
you go mango claw.
Oh, wait, did you get the new ones yet? Have you tried the new ones?
No, I just stick with the mango.
We found a 2 boxes today in CBS, and they have like watermelon and what's the other flavor in there? It's like watermelon, pomegranate, or something else. But they're actually really good.
I had
That's
one of
all
them passion fruit Trulies the other day, and that was pretty tasty.
I found 2 more 6-packs of these, which didn't even make
Ooh,
any
hop
sense.
slam.
Yeah, I've been getting hop slammed for weeks now. And I was
Oh
at a
my
liquor
God.
store. I went to a
Lucky
liquor
dog.
store. I went to a liquor store literally to test myself to see if I could just go in there and not buy anything. And then I saw the 2 6-packs of hop slam, and I was like they don't even, it comes out in January, and like there's no fucking way that anywhere should have hop slam right now. And I saw it and I was like, oh my God, I have to buy these. And it was like $40 for 2 6-packs, and I was worth every penny. 10%. It's beautiful beer. They should sponsor us because we're poor now, and you know, a lot of people.
When
Yeah.
you do your house parties with your regulars, you should try and like incorporate like a super chat function so they can still tip you and make believe it's still like normal times.
That would be great. If I wasn't so bad at asking people for money, that would be great. Yeah, I'm still,
everybody out there who's listening to the Regulars podcast, please go support Brian O'Connor and James Cogan via Venmo or just send them nudes. I think that either one of those things will take these guys.
Yeah, whatever just takes
new
the
heights.
pain away.
Yeah.
We're just looking to cope. James, you just like wake up in the middle of the night and like yell at somebody to get the fuck out of the bar, or like to get off the oh my God, get the fuck out.
Oh God. It's all the stop fingering in the corner. Go to the bathroom
you
like
can't
a normal
sleep
person
here.
and join the cokeheads.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Cocaine on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually did have a random number text me. I didn't even save them, but when I asked them who they were like, "Oh, it's me." And what's the name? They're like, "Oh, I'll just make one up." They're like, "Oh, it's Zach." And I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, dude?" And he was just like, "It's a Tuesday night at midnight." And he's like, "Do you know any like coke dealers that sell?" And I'm like,
Thank
what?
you for
No,
choosing Zoom.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
removed the 40-minute time limit from your group meeting. Love it.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
All
More
right.
content.
Zoom is
But
for
yeah,
the
he was
people,
like,
even though they're Chinese spies.
Well, Good.
Not surprised by that.
Yeah, I want them to see our smiling faces getting fucked up. You can't hurt us, China. You can. Well, obviously you can. You're gonna eliminate like 0.43 or 4% of our population, but we didn't like them anyway.
I think some people might have liked some of the people, Brian.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like generally,
But nobody likes the Chinese.
Yeah. Well, no, like it's not the. It's yeah. No, we like the Chinese. Okay.
We're just joking. We're just joking.
Yeah.
Just joking.
Don't bomb us after this.
Yeah. Bob, fuck them. I'm not worried about that shit. I'm just saying, like I like Chinese people. They're great, very crafty, but great.
Chinese food, excellent.
Yeah.
This virus, not so much, but
not so much. Not so much.
Karate is great.
Big fan of the karate.
The kung fu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the kung flu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys saw that that thing I shared where it was like a picture of like it was a smoothie shop and they said like like have our kung flu smoothie. And I'm like, that's great.
I like that marketing.
Yeah, great marketing technique.
A+
I wish more
marketing.
people would lean into it.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about like next step? Like I have some thoughts on like how I think it's going to go down. I don't know if you guys have considered it. Jimmy, obviously you don't care about. I mean, you just want a bar to open so you can be yelled at for finger blasting a girl underneath the bar. You know,
That's what I'm looking for.
yeah. How are like nice people like us supposed to find decent women if we don't have bars to work at or frequent? You know, like I mean, I'm shit at Bumble. I had a Bumble, and it's not great for me.
No.
It's obviously because of all like I think my bio is the thing that's ruined. It's obviously not my pictures. I'm very photogenic, but it's the obviously it's the bios that I keep writing. Like my bio originally
Aren't you supposed to be a writer?
Right, but like my bio was, I'm just looking for someone to help prove to my parents I'm not gay. Like that was one of my bios I wrote. And then the next one it just said like hand model, and I had a picture of my hands, like in black and white, like as a photo, and it's the best. But I'm also like very very picky, so like I don't swipe right on like everybody. I just kind of like I'm like, you look like your voice is annoying. Get out of here. Like I'll just keep swiping left. So I mean, I don't know.
I swipe right for
it.
everybody, and then I unmatch.
Yeah, James and I work in bars, so it's like easier.
I'm just kidding, by the way. I don't actually do that.
That's right. He just follows people on bike paths.
It's a scumbag move, boys.
He tackles the slow ones into bushes, and then I don't need to say what happens next. It's like
everybody's going to be slower after quarantine, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to stay in peak physical condition over here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got drunk and I bought an archery target that I use in my studio apartment. I'll just shoot from across the room. And I'll be on house party and I'll get drunk and then somebody will be like, Brian, I think it's time for you to shoot your bow. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And so I'll put the phone like on the target right below like where I'm aiming and just drop fucking arrows like right on top of the phone. And they're just hoping that I hit my phone. That's all they want.
That's all I want.
Yeah, and it's never going to happen because I'm too good. I'm actually better when I'm drunk at most things.
Most people say that before they kill themselves or get arrested.
I'm still here, James.
We'll see.
You should kill yourself.
A long path.
I should kill myself and then get arrested.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to do. Just throw my corpse into a jail cell. Because you know what? I've never been arrested.
So, I mean, you should get arrested and then you should kill yourself. Like what Jeffrey Epstein didn't do.
Yeah, like he didn't do.
Yeah. Like he didn't do.
Yeah. As soon as I'm getting arrested, I'm sending a tweet out that says, I have information that'll bring Hillary Clinton down.
Yeah.
And then I'll end up like hung like in a jail cell.
Yeah. That's how you kill yourself when you don't have the stones.
Yeah, I
If
actually,
you
if
don't
I
have
ever
a
kill
stone
myself,
with the barrel of the gun in your mouth, you just say
we
that
need to make a
you just
pact.
tweet that you have information about the Clintons.
Yeah, if any of us, this is a pact we're making right now. If any of us kill ourselves, before you do it, write that on your fucking Twitter and Facebook, and then do it, and then
That's
it'll
how
be the
we'll know it's real.
It'll be the best thing in the world. Oh my God! If we just
The
all
greatest
write,
unsolved mystery. Everybody would
dude.
lose their minds.
Yeah, that would be like something that I would just do just for the fun, like for the hilarity of it. Like if James would have probably when you die of coronavirus, you should write like before they just put a tube down your throat, which is we all know it's like
He's
when
gonna
you're
love it.
when you're going down there. Yeah, you're used to getting your throat tubed, and
Of course.
and you need to write. I have information on the Clintons that will bring them down, and then when you die, be like, the Clintons killed them, not the virus.
Or the Clintons are responsible for the coronavirus.
Ooh.
There'll be a
That's-
whole
That's gonna be
new
the
wave.
hottest take of the week. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
A whole
get
new
it.
wave of YouTube rabbit holes going down just based off one tweet. Everybody just been like researching your entire life, like this random dude. How do you get this information? Did you did you see a video came out on TikTok of all things where somebody said like when you Google search like a random website and it doesn't exist, it'll just say like, oops, this page doesn't exist. But if you go to Donald Trump's presidential website and then you type in a random address into it, it'll bring you to a page of Hillary Clinton in front of the White House on a podium that says President of the United States. And it says, sorry, the page you're looking for does not exist.
God, I hope that's true.
You could do it. You just go online to the presidential website from Donald Trump.
Hey, James, the fact that you think that either me or Brian is on TikTok is...
Yeah, it's honestly repulsive and disgusting. Yeah. And you could stay in
that
fucking...
We're over 30,
you
James.
can stay in the fucking mountains, all right?
I will. Hey, TikTok was that video from the turkey that I sent you getting annihilated.
Yeah, and that was the funniest thing I've seen in a while.
But you didn't realize that I sent it to you on Instagram like 8 hours before that.
Yeah.
No, I know. I had also sent it like
you got to wake up pretty early in the morning to see the memes before I do, James.
Well, I mean,
no, I saw a couple weeks ago. I saw that and I sent it in the chat, and then you sent it again, and then I saw the TikTok video where they actually had the response of the guy who drove the car. I don't know if you saw that video that I sent you.
Yeah, I saw it. It went into his windshield. He was just sitting in his front seat. He had blood on his face. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was like, dude, 70 miles an hour and a turkey comes out of nowhere. What the fuck?
Yeah. So what do you guys think the next step is?
I think that the next step is that you guys stay unemployed and you let me handle this.
Let you handle this?
Yeah. I'll take care of everything.
That's not a
sugar daddy
like
JD over there.
Yeah.
I don't like
keep this podcast alive.
I don't like that idea at all.
All right. So I think the next step is going to have to be getting you guys jobs at Amazon somehow.
Yeah, it's like packaging people.
Yeah.
Just start like being
indentured servitude at Amazon. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think
their employees into submission.
You guys should just buy a white van and go show up at an Amazon like delivery center one day and be like, "Can we work?"
I'm a little bit skeptical about the point of the white van. Does it have to be a white van? I felt like
the white panel vans.
Don't act like you've never been like
not like a fucking
panel van and weren't intrigued and went inside. Don't act like you haven't been in the back of a white panel van.
I'm not talking about like a Chrysler Town and Country here, guy. I'm talking about a van for doing work, like a goddamn man would own.
Yeah,
I know what you're thinking about there.
Yeah, in your fucking mountains.
A lot of thoughts up here. A lot of thoughts.
Heads in the clouds.
Yeah, you fucking finding yourself up there.
It's a peaceful retreat. You know, with the high altitude and all. Watch the sunrise and the sunset.
God,
coronavirus hasn't been able to climb the mountain yet.
Yeah,
No,
but
they haven't figured. It hasn't figured it out.
Yeah,
It will, but
the
it
air's
hasn't.
too thin for the coronavirus up there.
yeah, if I could just like yell loud enough to cause an avalanche to have you fucking buried. Ah! Nothing.
Oh well,
Don't-
you forgot.
don't do
I
that
live on
again.
the top. I live on the top, so everything else is below me.
It's bullshit, James. You're fucking bullshit. I mean, how the hell are you up there without like oxygen and a
Because I'm a
jacket?
god.
Maybe. You're a god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, have you felt Patagonia clothes? That's why I can only wear a long sleeve up here. They are so comfy. You just don't need. You don't
Oh, yeah.
need
You work
a
for
jacket.
If Patagonia would like to sponsor this podcast, we very much appreciate that.
Hey guys, I'm sure Patagonia doesn't want anything to do with this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, it's worth a shot.
They're upset that James actually brought Patagonia on the podcast.
Also, we need to blur that out somehow. But
No,
I mean,
just leave
seriously
it.
though, I think one of the things is I really think like bars, restaurants, and like I think hopefully we'll open before like theaters do, but I'm praying that like we open up soon because I'm losing my fucking mind and I'm killing myself with alcohol and it's really awful. Like it's hurting myself so badly right now.
It would be somewhat hilarious but terrible if in like 20 years they realize that half the population dies because of liver disease because everyone was quarantined and drank their face off.
Yeah.
We're like, oh shit, that's even a worse problem because we don't have enough livers.
Did you guys see that video on YouTube of the guy who was like running through his neighborhood? Like he had like his like GoPro on or his phone out or whatever, and he's just like on like a jog through his neighborhood, and it's recycling day. And he's like, "Oh, let's go see what the neighbors got in like their recycling bin," and it's just bottles and bottles of beers and booze, and he just goes to the next house, and it's the same thing, and the next house, and it's the same thing. And
Oh my god!
man. So yeah, us Americans, we like to throw a couple back when we're stuck at home.
Well, New York was always a
only
drinking
way
city
that
too.
you could deal with whoever. Like, luckily, Jimmy and I like live alone. You know, like imagine like having to live with people that you just cannot fucking escape. Like there is nothing worse than having like when I lived if I was still living in my last apartment, it would have been a murder suicide. You guys would have been seeing a tweet about the Clintons like a month ago.
Yeah.
You know, like it would have been.
Hey Brian, aren't you glad you moved into the podcast studio?
Yeah, I'm very glad. But then, like, obviously, I had some serious anxiety about whether or not I'll be able to afford this. You know?
Oh come on, it's cheap.
Yeah, I mean, it's not super expensive, but I'm still waiting for to finish my unemployment process.
Yeah.
So like,
Wait,
I'm like,
really?
yeah, dude. Like they started this callback program where they're like, you don't have to call us, we'll call you. And then I got a phone call when I was at like fucking early in the morning when I was asleep, and I like woke up and I'm like, why did I get a phone call from unemployed? Like, and then I called and they're like, oh, we started this callback program, and I'm like, what the fuck? And like they haven't called me in like a week and a half. I've been calling daily, and then like I'll get up to the point where they're like, hold while we connect you with a representative, and then they're like, all of our representatives are busy helping other. I'm like, you know, it's like I'm just luckily I had a bit of a, you know, I have a little bit of money like put away, but you know,
Start burning through that pretty quick.
yeah, I mean, luckily I'm strong enough just to rob people on the street of their groceries, their grocery, so I could you know, feed myself. So at least I don't have to spend money on food. I just steal from people.
Yeah. You can hold them up with a bow and arrow.
Yeah, I just walk around at full draw. Just walk, just like, hey, what do you got there? Eggs? Just put that down and walk away. I've only had to hit like a couple people with arrows. It's not that bad. I feel like Robin Hood, you know, because it's stealing from the. I mean, they have more money than me, and it's coming to me because I'm poor. So it's great. But
Did Robin Hood give to himself? I don't remember that part of the story.
why not?
It's not important.
Yeah, it's not. Let's not sugarcoat this from your fucking mountaintop. Okay.
James is up there thinking like he's looking down on us on this podcast, like the coronavirus can't get him up there. You know what, James? I take it back. I'm not sorry that we posted that stuff on social media about you.
Yeah. James, the funniest part is there's a way to change your background on Zoom, and you haven't done that. That's just what your background is behind you.
Yeah,
that's the actual background.
Yeah, you put actual mountains behind you. You can
that's like
free.
That's the equivalent of somebody putting like flames or like a fucking horse on the side of their car or a pickup truck. You know, you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this.
Flames make it go fast. That's the number one rule in racing.
Yeah, what do mountains make you do?
Good views, I guess.
All right, do you just like to pretend that that's just covered in cocaine? Just like mountains just covered in cocaine?
Yeah, actually, this just reminds me of past times when I was employed and could afford it.
That's what the
in the mountain.
The geometric lines are for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See them?
Those are actual pre-cut lines.
That's nice. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, they look good.
I don't know if we have any last calls here, but because we're out of work, but like what if you guys have any stories?
Stories about doing nothing.
So I was riding my bike to work the other day, and I saw it was a group of homeless guys hanging outside of a 7-Eleven. It's like, so I'm like riding my bike like 30 miles an hour, like right down Broadway. I say I'm not wearing headphones or anything. Got to keep my wits about me. And I hear one homeless guy screaming the N-word at the top of his lungs, and a bunch of other African-American homeless guys chasing this guy down Broadway. And he's running into the street. So I have to like ride my bike and like avoid this band of homeless guys just chasing after one another.
And that's what Manhattan has turned into.
There was nobody else around to see this happening.
I'm glad at least our homeless population changed. That's nice. They're still just as crazy as ever.
Yeah.
It's basically it's their city now. There's nobody telling them they can't do anything.
Sad, though, that like I haven't like seen just some random person like shit in the middle of like a sidewalk or something. You know, like now that like people are going to look in horror if somebody's walking around without a mask on, or if you see somebody coughing on a sidewalk. That's going to be like the same response you get from people who are like pulling their dick out and trying to, you know, masturbate on top of you.
Yeah, people aren't going to be upset that they pulled their dick out. They're just going to be like, nope, coronavirus. Put that away.
Yeah. So I know they're talking about.
Put a mask on that thing.
I know they're talking about when they open up bars again, there's going to be like half capacity. I don't know how that's going to affect your bar, James, but I mean.
We did half capacity before they shut everything down, and it was a little chaotic at first because it's like on the weekends the place turns into like almost like a club. They pull all the bar stools and tables out, so it's a little bit harder to monitor it because people seem to just like dive in and out, and the bathrooms are downstairs. You never really know exactly how many people are in there. But our biggest thing was like limiting the staff. Because the hardest thing to do was to make money. But we did make really great money when the staff was at half capacity. You just had to work all night. So it's a 10-hour shift. But, you know, we'll see. We might have some people who don't come back. I don't know. Like, that's the other thing I was thinking about is like, bars open up. Are you going to have the same staff? Probably not. I mean, people are going to leave. There's tons of people who are talking about moving in like a couple months before the coronavirus even came. It was like their plan. They were already planning on moving back to a town or whatever. Now they probably already did. So I don't know what to think. Might be shitty, might be fun.
It's kind of weird. I mean, I would say my bar is built I mean, there's only like one bartender and like a bar back, like on staff on any given day. And so like I don't even know how like, the bar backs and like, that's something that a lot of people don't realize is like, there are people that, they can't go on unemployment and they, and which is why those like GoFundMe pages are so important for staff, because like they'll try to raise money to pay their night porter or their like their bar back, and like I don't even know how a lot of those people are, or kitchen staff, how they're surviving. Like like I'm having it's not easy being unemployed and having no idea, like like my family's constantly asking me to come home and I'm like, no, like what if I give you the fucking Rona? Because I've been up here and like I don't know if I've because you could spread it just by walking by somebody. I guess it's like, what is it, like ×3? It's like it spreads way worse than the flu. But like and like my parents put it in perspective. They were like, as bad as it is for like people, like at least they get to go back to work. Like they get to like go, like we're not going to be able to go out until they like develop a vaccine, and they don't even know if a vaccine is actually going to work, because like the coronavirus, already there's reports of it already mutating, and so like they might be stuck inside for a year. And when you're in your like late 60s and 70s and 80s, like it kind of sucks that you can't like be around people. I don't know why I got all serious all of a sudden. James, kill yourself. But like,
thanks for putting a nice little bow on that, Brian. That was really heartfelt. And
no, but it's fucking weird, man. Like it's like, like my parents are like, oh, I can't even see my grandchildren now. Like, it's like, and I'm like, like jokingly argue with my dad about like, I'm like, Dad, leave, like, don't come up here. I'll be fine. Like, tell you, like, obviously I don't feel like there's any real threat to me dying. I could have it and survive, like, with no problem. Like, it's a weird thing. And so if and when bars open back up, like, it's going to be just a totally, like, it's going to be weird. Like, if you're in a movie theater, you can wear a mask watching a movie. If you're at a gym, you can wear a mask working out. But if you're at a bar or a restaurant, how the fuck do you wear a mask and still like get fucked up? Like, like it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, you can't eat, you can't drink with a mask on.
Yeah, so it's like whoever's developing that technology, that you could just, you have like a dome on your head and you just like pour beer into your dome and fill it up and just drink it out of your, like you just like soaking wet around your, bleeding onto your clothes, like an astronaut. But yeah, it's got to be, I don't know, it's gonna be super fucking difficult to, like, conceptually. I know people who own bars that are talking about like putting up like plexiglass around tables to like have every table isolated so that they could like have people in there. And like that's a fucking thought. Like it's a weird, but then how are you going to get the alcohol from like the bar staff? Like, am I going to have to wear like a hazmat suit, like in order to work? And then be like, here you go. Here's your,
We'll probably definitely have to wear masks to serve.
Yeah, and then
probably gloves.
So then, like, what's going to be the deal with underage drinking? You have people coming in with their IDs, and they're like, how the fuck do you know what they look like with their masks on? You can tell them to take.
I've noticed that at the store, because I would get carded pretty much every time I went in the store, like you should. But I've noticed that everyone just kind of,
when you're a baby.
Yeah, when you're a bitch.
No, but like everybody just kind of is just like, yeah, it's fine. Like they don't even care because you're in a mask. They can't see your face anyways.
And they're just like, yeah, the world's ending. Drink up, kid.
I luckily have some like solid lines in my forehead, so they're like, oh, you're older.
You're weathered. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some weathering.
Yeah. He's seen some shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a weird situation when everybody comes out of this, because there's definitely going to be that population of people that are like, fuck it, let's go. Ah! And then like, those are the people that James and I are going to hate. But also there's going to be people that are like, they're like, oh, I'm not going to go to Monday Night Trivia anymore because, it's just weird. Why would I be around a large group of people?
Or even like a casual dining experience if you just went out to like a nice restaurant somewhere.
Yeah.
Like most of the people who go there are older, especially fancy restaurants.
Yeah, and there'll be people that'll say like, oh, like what if we just have like sidewalk seating? But I'm like, if you're on the sidewalk, then like you're gonna have people walking by you, and like, fucking, you could get just as contaminated outside if they're, because sidewalks aren't that huge, but they, but yeah, it's gonna be weird. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to be a regular in a bar now.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure like a fifth of them are going to die before this whole thing's said and done. I already know some people that have lost people, but it's weird because it's like, I don't know, it's that we're all fine. It's weird that the Clintons don't care more about like the older. No, it is. So the Clintons are killing off all the old people because the old people are Republicans.
Because they have the money.
They're just taking out voters right now. That's what they're doing. Hillary Clinton's like, we're not going to be able to marshal the votes, so we're just going to start killing old Republicans.
This is revenge for 2016.
Yeah, and so she's killing all the fucking old conservatives, and so that Biden could win his Senate seat, or he doesn't
even know what he's trying to win.
He doesn't even know.
Does he know what a Senate seat is?
Yeah, he's just like, I'm running for Senate. I'm like, what? But it's honestly so funny to sit back and watch people argue about, like, it's like Trump is a huge asshole, and like there's part of me that's
he's
like
a jerk off.
Yeah, he's a jerk off. But there's part of me that just makes me laugh because people get so angry. And
that's he's hilarious.
Yeah, and that's like if you take my personality and gave it steroids and like
testosterone.
Yeah.
A little less estrogen.
Yeah,
and a ton more ego. I mean, Brian has a high ego, but like, put that on steroids.
You're the one in the fucking mountains, asshole. You think you're so much better than us because you're vacationing in this fucking Alps or whatever.
And what the fuck is going on with that quarantine beard guy? Like, I mean, who do you think you are? One of us?
I
gotta fit in with the mountain
one of the
people.
other beard guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been beard guys for a long time, and now here you come with a fucking quarantine beard.
Yeah, you fucking
drinking a quarantini.
You're like a hipster Sherpa.
At least he roots for the right baseball team.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what's funny is the Washington Nationals are the world champions maybe forever. What if they never – we are the last World Series champions of all time? That'd be great.
No, baseball will come back.
And that's what this is, actually. This is a plan for the original – like it's the original plans from D.C.
For the
like
ballpark?
What they would build DC. No, just DC in general. They're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna build DC. I don't know why I have that, but it just, why not?
It's a nice touch.
It's better than it's better than having K2 in the background.
I bet James has picked up a K2 habit during the quarantine.
Oh, he's definitely a special.
He's been going to the gas station on Queens Boulevard, and he's been getting fucking K2.
That definitely a special K habit for sure. He's kind of a little fucking.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Good.
You just seem like you've just all you do. And I'm not trying to say this is accurate,
K2.
but you just seem like all you do is wake up, eat pasta like twice a day, and play video games.
Nailed it. 100%. That is not that's not even a joke. That is 100% what I do. I made pasta tonight. I made fucking some sausage stuffed pasta with basil sauce and played video games all day.
That's
drink.
so weird that you get reception, that you're able to get like some Wi-Fi up in the fucking Alps.
Oh, I'm not using Wi-Fi. Verizon has been nice enough to grant me with extra gigabytes of data because apparently internet is essential.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, I'm not even on Wi-Fi right now. I've just been rolling on straight data.
Same here, baby. But yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
but
if anyone else.
you didn't get internet for your apartment because you're a dummy.
No, yeah. So I've been living in squalor. I have no internet and no cable, and
Get that 5G, dog.
yeah, fuck yeah, I got 5G, which apparently caused coronavirus. If you ask.
Yeah.
So
Anybody on YouTube?
Yeah, it's not the wet markets. I would love
Brian.
to open a bar called the Wet Market. That'd be a fucking cool bar. Can we open up?
That's a great
That's what we're
bar
gonna
for the
do,
moment.
guys.
Corona, yeah.
We're going to open up a bar called the Wet Market.
That's
Okay.
right. Oh, I didn't know you'd like to get wet at the Wet Market.
At the
I didn't
Wet
know that you'd like
Market.
to get
It's
wet.
gonna be the biggest party bar in the city. It's where you go to get all sorts of viruses,
At half
all
capacity.
sorts of diseases.
Yeah.
You want it? We already got it.
Yeah.
That's right.
You just need to walk in the
That's
door.
right. Everyone on our staff has some incurable disease.
Yeah. That's the only way you get hired. The disease has to be incurable.
Yeah.
If you got like the flu,
on our staff, everyone on our staff takes hydrochloroquine on a daily basis.
That's right. But yeah, my incurable disease is just a gaping hole of sadness. And coronavirus.
gotta stock up on those antibodies.
It's gonna be a churrascaria.
No, I got pro bodies. That's what I'm about. Yeah.
Pro bodies.
Yeah, so come see us at the fucking Wet Market. We're all gonna be working it. That should be that's great.
The
We
Wet
make
Market.
t-shirts. We need to make t-shirts that have like a bar kind of symbol and just says the Wet
Like
Market.
a logo, the Wet
Yeah.
Market.
Yeah,
It's gonna be, but we should have it in like kind of like a Batman shaped logo, like on like the chest, like just like a Batman logo. Just
Yeah.
Wet Market.
Come for
Yeah,
the drinks,
great.
stay for
All
the
right, we're gonna have to
virus.
publish this automatically, so we have some kind of copyright to that.
That's right. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we're just kind of going on a riff right now, so I don't know if anybody has anything else to say, but definitely we're gonna start putting up.
Yeah, all of our back catalog will be available on all of the iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts. I'm not sure. I think maybe Stitcher Radio and wherever you guys can find podcasts. We'll publish the RSS feed and everything, so anybody can listen to all of the older episodes. And we'll keep doing this for the time being until we can. So yeah, we're gonna set up a YouTube channel for, I guess, the videos for the Zoom podcasts, and so everybody go subscribe to all of our social media, regulars_pod on Instagram and Twitter. Email us at regularspod@gmail.com, and keep an eye out for all of our quarantine content.
That's right.
Woo.
Go
We'll
smash
see.
those subscribe buttons.
Yeah, and we'll see you at the Wet Market.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
See you later, guys.
I'm gonna go make a bat sandwich. Peace out, guys.
See you later.